Coming up on Filmworld Community, we have a new format, would I consider using the Adobe Creative Cloud, and we have our movie suggestion of the week and our first community straw poll. Hey guys, welcome back to Filmworld Community. It's me, your host, Micah Pendleton, and yes, today we have a little bit of a new format. There's been a lot of talk about doing a Filmworld Community podcast. So what I'm thinking about doing is kind of starting up a new format, getting things going in that direction with the more podcast-like format. So I'll answer you guys' questions, we'll do some more on-screen stuff and look at your guys' comments and things like that. Try to create a more podcast sort of format just to kind of ease ourselves in as I do more research and looking into the possibility of creating an actual podcast for you guys to listen to with Filmworld Community. So let's jump in, and we have one question this week, and it's from Ace the Dolphin Guy. He says, would you consider using Adobe software, Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, etc., if it were available on Linux? And then Nicholas Hamilton responded to him by saying, do you use Adobe software? And the only reason I don't is basically renting software the only reason I don't is that you're basically renting the software and it's really expensive. Also, I'm a node-based compositor, so I don't really like After Effects. Okay, so those are some very good questions, and they definitely go hand in hand. And the question about using Adobe Creative Cloud right there on Linux, absolutely. If Adobe brought their software over to the Linux desktop, I would definitely, and I think many other people would, use their software. Would I go for the whole Creative Cloud, and would I stop using Lightworks, and would I stop using Blender and Natron? Probably not. And the thing about it is, I already love the software that I use. I use it because I love it. And so I don't think I would necessarily completely jump ship over to Adobe. I would definitely purchase it because I would like to support Adobe if they came over to the Creative Cloud, mostly because people like me have been begging for it for so long and I would need to show my support to them. But also because things like Photoshop and things like that can be very, very nice and definitely good to know. And also, if you're in the industry, knowing things like Premiere and After Effects can be very good. So if anything, it'd be great just to know the Adobe Creative Cloud. So yeah, I definitely would consider using the Adobe software if it were available on Linux. Do I use Adobe software, and have I used Adobe software? Not really. I want to say that I tried a couple early on with some of my visual effects and stuff. I tried like some demos when they still had that kind of thing going on and stuff. And honestly, for me, I never really found a need for it. Everybody goes nuts over the Creative Cloud, and I totally get it, especially with some of the integration and stuff. But I found myself migrating more towards the open source world just because I love the open source idea. I love the way that they've made it work. And the fact that Blender is so good and Natron is so good, and then you also have like Lightworks, which is available on Linux, it's so good. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal, and I personally just haven't had a reason to go for the Creative Cloud, although I really would love to see Adobe come to Linux for other people who want to come to Linux and use Adobe, and also just for the fact that Linux can get more support from other software vendors and things like that. So definitely I would consider it. No, I don't use it, and I would definitely like to support Adobe if they came over. But for right now, they don't. Sorry, Adobe, not using it. Okay, but that's just me, and it's definitely. I mean, Adobe makes some phenomenal software. I mean, first and foremost, we are filmmakers. We shouldn't have our heads so buried in the sand. You know, I'm not going to use this or I'm not going to use that because first and foremost, we are filmmakers. We need the best tools to tell our stories. And for me, it's open source software. It does the best job. I love the Linux workflow. And we'll get more into stuff like that in the future. And we definitely have some stuff going on with Premiere Prep right now, which we'll get more into. But yeah, so that basically, I hope that answers your question, Ace the Dolphin Guy and Nicholas Hamilton. If you guys use it, definitely keep using it. If it's what you love, use it. Use the best tools that you have at your disposal. Alright, so that actually does it for the questions. We had a couple of comments that were really good on the second part of our How I Get Away with Using Linux for Filmmaking series, which was all about visual effects tools. And Director Vision actually had a very good comment that I wanted to highlight. He said, adding on to Natron being open source is its community is tight, much like Blender, which is very true. Blender has a phenomenal community as well. He says, I can't code or script, but one day I needed GodRay's node in Natron. I posted on the Facebook group to see if anyone had any ideas, and within 24 hours somebody had made one. GodRay's is now standard issue in Natron because I asked for it, and that's pretty cool. Yes, it is. That is actually very, very cool. And if I open up Natron right now, we can actually see here. Hit OK. All right. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I got it somewhere in here. I found it. I found it. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. GodRay's. So there's the GodRay's node right there, and that's there because Director Vision asked on a Facebook group to if anybody had any ideas, and boom, there's GodRay's right there in Natron. And that goes back to kind of the Adobe thing as well. That's what I love about open source. People are there making the software because they're passionate about the project and they want to do whatever they can to make the best. You can go directly to them. I mean, how often, like, so many people will want a feature within like Adobe software or any other proprietary software, be it Fusion or Resolve or something like that, and people have to build polls and just beg and beg and beg and submit all kinds of patches and stuff like that, like beg for certain features to be added to software, and the company won't listen for a long time until they get enough of a problem built out of it. It's like, that's not the way to do things. You don't want to build up a problem and then implement it into your software. Open source software, you just go and say, hey, I have a great idea for a tool, or hey, I'm a coder. I would like to add this to your software. I built this tool. And sure enough, it's right there for everybody to use. And that is what I love personally about open source software. But again, that's just me. Open source software is not perfect, but that's something I just love about it. They do such a good job. Almost every open source project has done such a good job with that kind of implementation of community built and built for the community. And I just love that. So thank you, Director Vision, for adding on to, with that comment. It really is very true, and that is very cool to see that GodRay's is in there because of reasons like that. Okay, so we have, you know, the Filmworld website. Still working on the resources page. If we go to the resources page, as you can see here, it is still under construction. Haven't had a whole lot of time to work on that, but the Our Gear page is up. I think that you guys will find this very interesting. Definitely check it out on Filmworld channel /our-gear. Or you can just go to Filmworld channel and go to that page. But I've got pictures and little explanations of each tool that I use, such as all my lenses, the cameras, my computers, lighting, audio. So I've got a good bit there. So I think you guys will find it very interesting. So I've even got my cell phone under there, even though I have a couple of opinions about using cell phones for filmmaking, which we could get into in a whole episode of Premiere Prep, which we probably will in the future. But definitely check out the Filmworld website. Definitely some fun stuff going on there. Okay, and the Filmworld Facebook page and Twitter, got some more stuff going on there, but let's go ahead and do something fun here. This is the first time we've done this, and I cannot wait to do this for the first time. Now, I did a straw poll a while back, but it wasn't really just for the Filmworld community. I made it for people in general, but let's do this, all right? So post your question here. Today's question is gonna be, what is your favorite VFX tool? All right, so Natron, Blender, After Effects, and then we also have Nuke. Let's do Apple Motion. Let me see, what other kind of visual effects tools could we add here? Oh, Blackmagic Design, Fusion. Oh, it's Fusion. There we go. And then, trying to think of any other ones we could do here. Natron, Blender, After Effects, Nuke, Apple Motion, Blackmagic Design, Fusion. There are some other options out there, but I think we're pretty much good there. So, let's create poll. And so what we're going to do with this poll, if we can get it to work. Oh no. Come on, straw poll. There we go. There we go. All right, so I'm going to vote for my favorite. I am so torn between Natron and Blender, especially lately, because Natron has made such ground, and I've been using it a little bit more, and I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, look at this. It's fantastic. But I love Blender because I've used it so long, and it's so, so good. Ah! I can't choose! Come on, come on, come on. I've got to pick one. I've got to pick one. Just because of the future, the way I think I'm going with this and everything. Oh, it's killing me. And I use both in such conjunction. Oh, God! I'm killing myself. Let's go, Natron. And vote. That is my pick. There we go. All right, so I'm going to share this straw poll. Just copy it. And then I will go onto the Film World Twitter and we'll say, and I'll go ahead and tweet that after I copy this whole thing. There we go. So it is live on the Film World Twitter. Make sure you go and follow the Film World Twitter and also get your vote in via there. And then I will also paste this onto the Film World Facebook page. So you can also check out the Film World Facebook page. We'll have it right there for you. All right, and let's go over to the Film World forum and go under Film World Community and as a personal favor, the best place to do it and comment will definitely be on the Film World forum. So make sure you definitely please do it there. All right. And stay active on the Film World forum. It's a fantastic place. Filmmakers and film worlders all there in one place. It's fantastic. All right, so we'll publish it there. Now get in your votes. What is your favorite VFX tool? Vote now. All right, and of course links to all these, or the Film World forum, will be in the description, so you can check it out there. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our movie suggestion of the week. And this week's movie suggestion is 12 O'Clock High. This movie is a World War II film that I actually found out about because I looked up movie shooting locations around my area. And I live about 10 miles away from one of the stage fields that they flew some of these bombers in and out of for this movie. And my dad actually works there. It is the craziest thing. It is so cool, and it's in this movie, and I've watched it, and it's actually a very cool movie. I'm kind of a sucker for World War II films. I love World War II films, and this movie is no exception. It is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Gregory Peck, I mean, it's probably one of his favorite films of mine that I've seen. So definitely check this movie out. There's a link in the description below of where you can go and buy it. And definitely comment and let me know if you guys have seen it, and if you have, what you guys think of it, because I absolutely love this movie. It's fantastic. So that really brings us to the end of Film World Community this week. It has been a whole lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you vote for your favorite VFX software, and we'll have the results on next episode of Film World Community. That really wraps it up. Let me know if you like the new format, and I'll be structuring it a little bit more. I'll make it more clear as to when we have news. We'll be adding some news to this, so kind of get Film World news back, even though that hasn't really been a thing for a while now. But yeah, just comment, let me know what you guys think and what you think I should add, and just some, some little bit of criticism. So that really wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We have part 3 of how I get away with filming Linux. Using Linux for filmmaking coming up this Friday. It'll be on Audio Tools. Cannot wait to get that one out to you guys. It'll be a whole lot of fun. So that really wraps it up, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you vote, share this video, like, comment, subscribe to the Film World YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm your host, Micah Pendleton. Remember to live your life one frame at a time, and I will catch you next time.